What is up, everyone? Echo here, bringing you another coaching replay commentary. Today, I will be doing Murdock, as you can see on the screen. It will be for CJthePIZZAMAN, who is a viewer on Twitch, as always. That's how people usually submit replay IDs to me. He's also one of my mods, one of my new mods. So, I was in this game. I was the Kwong. But CJ asked me to go over his Murdock. So as I always do, we'll go over Murdock himself first, and then we'll get into the game. So Murdock is an ADC, obviously, that is going to be going in the safe lane, as always. He has been probably the most solid ADC, at times the best ADC through the past year of Paragon. Only recently has he kind of like maybe taken a back seat, but he's still viable. He has self-peel, he has a global ult, and he hits like a truck. So he's not going anywhere. He's still a really good ADC, but I think all the other ADCs, Sparrow, Twin, Grim, Yin, they've all kind of got up to his level, we'll say. So he has really high base attack and damage increase per level. I believe he's the hardest. He hits the hardest. It might be Grim. It's him or Grim, but anyways, he hits really hard. His right mouse button is a pushback. So this is the self-peel I was talking about. It does a small amount of ability damage, but it's more to get like a melee fighter off you. Buckshot, this is like his DPS and also armor shred. So this is like a very versatile ability. So it shreds basic attack armor up to 20 at the full level, and it does a bunch of ability damage. So the way you use this is usually right click or basic attack, then Q, and then right click, so that you maximize the amount of DPS you're doing. You could also use this on towers to shred armor, and you want to use it on, or once you do use it on an enemy, it'll shred their armor as well. Static traps are great. The 2-second arm time is relatively new. It used to be really quick, like half a second or maybe even less than that. I forget the exact number. But you have to do this more preemptively now, kind of like anticipate, okay, you know what, if I get ganked from here, I'm going to want to make sure I have a static trap there. Or you could have one in lane and then kind of dance around it if a melee fighter is trying to get on you. So it's another one of his self-peel abilities, but it's going to be used more. You have to have anticipation with it. You already have to have it down, and they don't last forever anymore like they used to. And here is the long arm of the law. This is his global ult that took a pretty big hit in a pretty big nerf in ability damage, but it still can finish enemies. And the big thing is it ignores ability armor. So this is true damage. It does true damage. Still a great finisher. It allows Murdock to sit in lane and farm and then still get kills without having to rotate. Unless the team needs you to rotate, of course. So we'll just go quickly over. He did get some nerfs on February 7th. So he got a little bit more attack speed, but his buckshot got nerfed for the armor shred. His long arm, this used to do so much damage, especially with the card scaling, like late game. Ooh, it hits so hard. It still hits hard, but it's more reasonable now. And that's pretty much it. So those nerfs, along with other ADC buffs and Yin coming out, have kind of brought Murdock on an even level with the other carries. All right, let's jump into the game. All right, so I'm on CJthePIZZAMAN. Right off the bat, I'll say bump juice is not good anymore. you go with a health. They go with a health potion. They basically nerfed bump juice to it's pretty much unusable. Like, you don't see it really on anyone anymore. It used to be used on every Fury hero, and actually like was one of the big differences why Fury heroes were picked early game was because of that bump juice. Like, I forget, I think it was like 85 health, which, you know, early game, it's a lot, man. It made a huge difference in 1v1 battles. All right, let's fast forward this a bit. So you got buckshot first, very typical. Guys, those of you who don't know, if you want to freeze the lane, you got to meet the minions up here, delay them a little bit, and then the fight will happen down here. That minion wave from off lane will meet the fight that's happening there sooner than the minion wave coming from safe lane. So it'll just automatically push towards your tower. It's like it looks like he wants, CJ, it looks like you want to freeze the lane already. So that ensures basically that the lane will push to your tower. Okay, so just some passive farming here, which is good. Last hitting's decent. Crunch off lane. You definitely want to try to abuse him before level 5. Really poke him. If you see a crunch off lane, abuse him. Like, poke him right now. Actually, Decker should be up there poking him, especially when there's only like one minion. When there's only 1 or 2 minions, you don't have to worry about the minions really doing any damage to you. So he should, both you and him should be poking. You a little less because you want to focus on last hitting, obviously. And sometimes it's hard to multitask. Like, I'll find that a lot of times I'll be maybe focusing on harassment a little bit too much, and then I miss some last hits. So you want to have that nice balance where, yeah, you know what, maybe you miss 1 or 2 last hits while harassing the offlaner, but you don't want to go too far in that direction where you're missing, you know, a good portion of your last hits because you're focusing too much on harassment. Duke should be zoning crunch out here. Alright, this is very passive. Because you guys want to, with a crunch off lane, and typically with most offlaners, Seraph's coming in from this side, which is weird. Typically going against most offlaners, like, they usually hit a power spike when they get their ult. Whether it's like a Countess, a Kwang, a Greystone, a Crunch in this situation. It's good. So if I know that you guys, I believe you guys were in comms. I think we were all in comms. Anyways, so I would, you have some time there. You're not going to die instantly. Crunch, there's no CC. There's no way you're going to get stunned. So I would have waited for Duke to hit the stun first and save your peel as a last resort. Save your move along as a last resort, especially when you have a hard stun in lane. So always expect that your support is going to peel. Especially if you know them, especially if like you're in comms with them. So that was kind of like a useless gank by the Seraph. Why was Duke level 3 and you're level 2? Kind of weird. Alright, so you have 4 card points to spend. You back off now. Decent. That's a good spot for the static charge. I think Duke's going back for wards. You're playing a little bit safe here. So just one thing. there's only a need for you to play safe if you don't have vision on the jungler and the mid laner. Right now it's a 1v1 with Crunch. He's not level 5. You could go up there and you can last hit. You could even poke him. You could even try to force him into a fight that you might win. Especially if you put your static trap down there, like, you could win that. And the reason I say this is because we see the Kwang, the enemy jungler, on the map. We see the Howitzer. They're both engaging here. You should be sitting up there farming. Just because your support left doesn't mean you could go and farm. Now, if both those heroes weren't on the map, then yeah, absolutely. You just want to kind of back off and make sure that you don't get ganked. Like, I'm guilty of that too, of not checking the map where the jungler and the mid laner is. But if you see them on the map, you're safe up here. And then just keep on like kind of checking, see where they're at. And as soon as you see them turn to come towards you, then you back up. But you missed some last hits because you're a little bit too safe there. So Decker's back. She puts a ward. It's good. Good. Watch. Last hitting there. Don't rush it. Once your minions engage, then you could time it. Typically, and when you're last hitting, don't attack the minion that your friendly minions are attacking. Attack another one, and then once the minion gets the one they're attacking low HP, that's when you go in for the last hit. All right, so you switch your static trap up here, which I like. You could dance around this, especially with the Crunch. He's melee. He's gonna look to engage you as soon as he like dashes in or whatever he does. You could just move into your static trap and just run away. You guys have so much peel against this Crunch. Here he goes. It's good. Alright, so you guys don't see this Seraph right now. They don't have CC. Oh, Gideon too. Nice stun. They're diving hard. They're gonna make, that's fine. They're gonna pay for this big time. Ooh, one more. Oh, he took a wrong turn. Why did you take so much damage there? Oh, because so you're taking range and siege minion damage, and you took a rock from the Gideon. Okay. And black buff damage. You gotta be careful about that. Your target was the Crunch. If you notice that Gideon had black buff, then you just don't even try to engage that. Because now you have to back. There was a situation there where you're full health going again into the Gideon. You wouldn't have even had to back there. It would have gave your mid laner a chance to push this lane. Maybe Gideon has to go, then you take the tower. Instead, you actually have to back. You didn't get a kill out of it. No, you didn't get a kill out of it. And that's almost as good as killing you. With how short death timers are early game. So micro nuke early. I prefer attack speed, like a well, you got one Madstone gem. You finished your micro nuke. I prefer like going double Madstone gem, but that's me. It's not wrong to do this, so I'm not gonna critique it too much. Well, I will actually, because if you do too much crit early. Okay, so that's fine. You put all minor casts in there. That's perfectly alright. Well, he should have stunned. He should have stunned right there. Right as the minions are approaching him, Crunch, Decker stuns. He's going to take damage from the minions. He's going to take a damage from you. If you get a lucky crit in there too, ooh, he'd be in trouble. Guys, even if you can't kill the offlaner, if you get them down to half health, it completely changes the dynamic of the lane. You have to be careful for that. Okay, it's good. Good by the Decker. Don't let him wrap around like that. You gotta back up right away. It's as soon like because anything could be happening. I don't think you had vision on Sereth. Like Sereth could be coming in, and if he has if he did his combo correctly. Well, I guess he got stunned out of it by Duke. But you never know, like, as soon as you see that wraparound, you just gotta back up. You're under the tower, you're not in any position to take that fight. Like, you're not gonna win that fight, typically. Poke him. Okay, so you see that? Good. Backing. You see the ward. It's good. Perfect. Alright, so just more farming. Wow, that crunch is a little bit scared. He just used the rest of his mana to like get away. This, do you see her? No, you don't see her. She dewarded. But this crunch has no mana, so I don't think you guys are getting away from this. She gonna dive? No. So you got, as soon as whatever ward you place here gets dewarded, you really can't push up, especially immediately, because what a lot of players will do is they'll deward that. They'll just wait. They'll wait till you push up like you did, and then they'll just attack, and you fell victim to that. You need vision on the stairs, and you need some sort of vision along this area here. I guess you had vision here, but she came from the jungle. That's why this vision here is so important, because you'll immediately see that. Alright, so you're missing out on so much early damage. You trade in your Madstone gem and go for a Blade of Agora. That's not... So you're going for a 6-point Blade of Agora. I will critique this deck because I think this is just wrong. I actually see this a lot on carries, but so you have 6 points. Well, basically 5 points that are accounted for nothing. 5 out of your 14 CP is doing nothing for you right now. So you're not able to farm fast. Your kill potential is very low. Blade of Agora and crit, and that's why sometimes you fall into that trap of, oh, I'm gonna get micro nukes early, so that means I need to get a Blade of Agora. No, man. Blade of Agora is like a 30-40 card point item. Like, I think at minimum 30 card points. So you're losing out on so much damage by getting that, and so much kill potential early game. Yeah, late game you'll be fine and you'll have that going, but all you have to do is fill out the Madstone gem, and then once you have enough crit, usually sometimes I'll get it around like even 20%. If I have 20% crit going, if you're like building a bunch of micro nukes, and then you just trade the Madstone gem in for a Blade of Agora at that point. But this is a complete waste of CP, especially when you're this early in the game. Okay, so you have your ult. I haven't seen you look anywhere. this. See the snipe. Ooh, double kill. See the snipe? Oh, you don't have enough for it. You don't have enough. Okay, she got killed in the end. I'm trying to think of what you could have done better there. Like, you were playing safe, which is fine. But, you know, I'm going to go back to the Blade of Agora. If the hits that you would have put on them would have been way more devastating if you had an extra, what would that be? 5 times 6? An extra 30 HP per hit. Like, let's look at your HP right now. So, you have 700 HP. If you're hitting an extra 30 per hit at this point, like that's a lot. That's significant this early in the game. Good peel. Back. He could dive you still. This is really risky. Yeah. So you just lost about three quarters of your health, maybe a little less than that. Excuse me. Once you did that, once that happened to you, and then the minion wave, you had a huge minion wave come in. Like, you're at a huge disadvantage. The way Epic has said, you got to look at towers, and whatever, you could have differing opinions on the way towers actually work right now. I know people have calmed down on them a little bit. They used to hate them, and they probably still do, but they've calmed down on really saying, oh, towers suck. But anyways, the way you have to look at towers is that it's one extra body that's doing, you know, I think it's like 4. I forget. I don't even know how much it does per hit, but does damage per hit to that enemy once the enemy hits you. Now it's a crunch. He's burst damage. He easily could burst you down and get out like he did. So situationally, you just gotta, what you should do in that situation is not kite around the tower. You kite it around your static trap. What I typically do in that situation, especially when there's a minion wave coming up, I'll go up these stairs. I'll do a little jump up these stairs. Then I'll turn around and see where he's at. I'll go up these stairs a little bit further. If he's still trying to dive me, then I use this to jump off, and then at that point you're pretty much safe because you're in your enemy jungle. So I use this to get away a lot of the time if you have someone diving you, or you have the option to go up here. You could kite a little bit more, then you might have been able to kite around your static trap at that point. But basically, the moment you get hit by him, it's just over. So you can't. You had to back up. You had to have a little bit more urgency when the crunch was coming in on you. And you guys lose the safe lane tower. So you complete the Blade of Agora now. Which, okay, even now you're like, oh, well, I have the Blade of Agora completed. Well, you only have 4% crit. You only have 4% crit. That's not going to happen too often. If you're lucky, yeah, I guess, but it's definitely not something you should rely on. So I haven't seen you look for a snipe yet. Like, you haven't even got... I guess maybe you are looking. You haven't gotten your stance yet, though. Also, you had never had a chance to get gold buff either. It's good kiting in the minions. Looking for gold buff now. He has a ward right on gold buff. Yeah. Nice, good job. You got lucky that you had a teammate in the neighborhood. Woo! Did they have a ward there? That was a guess, man. That was crazy. That was like a guess snipe. He almost got you. Wow. Impressive. I don't know what Kwong was doing here. Gonna get a kill in the end? No. Missed the snipe. You would've... I don't think you would've killed her, actually. It would've been close. So, a good... Sometimes it's good for you to get wards. Especially in solo queue. I know this wasn't solo queue. But... And as long as the stairs here are warded, and this pathway are warded, and hopefully your support's doing that, then you have the option to, like, I don't know, put an additional ward near the river, or a lot of the time what will be good is put a ward on your gold buff. Because a good offlaner, or an offlaner that's looking to attack you while you're going on the gold buff, is going to put a ward right there, and you hardly see that dewarded. So that's why it's a good option for you to get a ward as a carry for those additional wards, because it's not the priority of that ward isn't very high. You should prioritize the stair ward and the jungle ward, but not the gold buff ward. So that's why it typically doesn't get dewarded. Hey, there I am. I'm on TV. I'm on TV, guys. I made it into my own video. What do you know? Alright, so kind of wasting time here. Like, so... I don't know. It's tough. Like, a lot of the time what I do in this situation, I just go to the jungle. But I guess there wasn't any farm there. So... I don't know. It's hard to say what you should have done there. Maybe go be in position for river buff. You want to be doing something though. You always want to be doing something, especially as the carry. So you're kind of just dancing around. You did get ganked twice, so I could see why you'd be a little bit scared. I don't know. This might be a situation where you just stick around Duke, kind of go where your Decker goes. If you don't have any place to farm, go where your support goes, or tell your support to go where you go. You're wasting a lot of time. Like, how much card points do you have now? I would just go back and spend that. What did you get here? Impact hammer. Okay, that's good. Your blade of Agora. So you're sacrificing a good early game for like being fully prepared mid game, but I still don't agree with the blade of Agora. Should have backed. A lot of indecisiveness here. So if you would have backed, if you notice there's no farm, you had 3 card points to spend. Just go back. This lane will push by the time you back, then come back to this lane. Now you're out. You still have those 3 card points to spend. So you're going to have to back again. You're probably going to back sooner than you would have liked at this point. And you're looking, I don't know if how you're going to fill this out, but you might have had a completed impact hammer if you went back as well, which is, if you have an early blade of Agora, that's pretty big, right? Because that gives you another 8% crit, and maybe you're going to put a 1 point of crit in it too. I'm not sure. So no wards, you can't farm, that's fine. You have to be careful here. Someone's going hard over here. Crunch is gonna go into your jungle now. Yeah, it was good for you to stay in lane here. You couldn't rotate, so that was good. See, your support has left you for a long time now. I would like be saying, hey man, I need some help over here. And the other thing is you don't have wards. Like you need to deal with, you need to have vision in this area to farm safely. So that's, I know a lot of carries don't do this, but I like to have wards early game. You only lose one CP worth of power for having a ward. And in situations, because your support isn't going to be around you all the time. Any carry that expects their support to be around them the whole time, well, that support's not doing a good job of helping the rest of the team. A support is like a roaming utility hero. That's what it really is. Like that support should be going wherever the fight is. So with that said, you need wards for situations where you're alone. Now, I like that you're passive, because if you would have got caught out and died, then that would have been worse, right? But you need to at least, like, have wards so that you could set up vision, so that you could be a little bit more aggressive than you were. Like, you probably missed out on a few waves of last hitting just because you didn't know where the crunch was. He was in that lane. He had vision, you didn't, so wards are very, very important, even for a carry. You could get rid of them after. But so if you want to farm efficiently, where the hell is my cursor? You need wards. Oh, nice. That's oh, that was Why did I jump away there? Why the heck did I jump away there? I guess I didn't know my team was coming in. We should have immediately went Raptors. I don't know why we didn't go Raptors. Like, we wiped 4 off the map. Like, why aren't we killing Raptors right now? As a carry, you want to look for opportunities to get Raptors, because that's what's going to get you ahead of the enemy carry. So, I would be spamming, if I was playing carry right now, I would be spamming. If you see that situation and no one else sees it on your team, you spam attack Raptors. A good team will follow you and will realize that, yeah, you know what, this is definitely something we need to do. I'm not going to harp too much on mechanics and, like, miss shots, but yeah, you definitely, did you hit that? Wait, did you hit that before I go any further? No, you missed it. Maybe you're online, though. It's alright. Farm a little bit more. You should look for gold buff. It's good to get gold buff. Attack range minions first. Attack the range minions first. Turn once one of the melee minions are getting low, and then attack that one. Like, go range right now. That's always the way to do it, right? Ranged, and that's the way you build up a nice wave as well. Get back to safety. Let's see what he gets. Another impact hammer. 2 filled up impact hammers. Or 28% crit with a Blade of Agora. At 33. So yeah, I'm fine with this at this point in the game, but still feel you could have went Madstone Gem And then got your Blade of Agora right now. So you're not... I think you have to look to get into team fights a little bit here. That's fine. I guess it's fine up until this point. And I think you are looking to get into the team fight a little bit more now. So that's good. But you don't want to sit around. Like, you spend a lot of time just kind of, like, wandering around. You really have to, like, always try to be farming. ABF. Always be farming. So if you are wanting to rotate somewhere, farm on the way. Hit up some jungle camps on the way. So you just kind of ran around for the last, like, minute. Now you're gonna go pick up this lane. Like, and look around, see what lanes are pushing. See, okay, you know what? This lane's pushing. So I'm gonna have to respond to that one. So I'll make my way, do jungle camps on the way. Like, you have to maximize the amount of farming you're doing all the time, especially as a carry. That's the way carries get ahead. I watched a match today. I know the guy doesn't miss a last hit, but Ram Riddles, he had, I think he only had like 4 kills, and he was 60 card points at like 28 minutes or something crazy like that. It was insane. Good. Nice. Good. Your positioning there was really, really good. You never put yourself in a position to get caught out. How did you get the last hit there? How did you not die before that? Your positioning through that fight was really, really good. You always stayed behind your backline. You never got caught anywhere. Like, if you were too far ahead there, you would have got caught in the... You would have got caught in the Gideon ult, and maybe you would have died, right? Yeah, I like this. We're gonna... Yeah, that's good. And get out right away. Good job. Get the hell out right away. Our teammates didn't get out. Yeah, that was good. Raptors into inhibitor from a team fight. Really, really good. That's good. You went to go respond to a lane before backing. Just because you probably have like 10 card points. Yeah, just because you have 9 card points to spend doesn't mean you need to go back and spend them right away. Respond to any lanes pushing. So that was good. Oh, man. Oh, it was right before he started backing too. Go farm, that's good. Be there for team fights. There's a health bar glitch, so let me just get rid of that quick. Okay. I like that you play safe. Like, your positioning is very safe. That's good. I just feel like you need to be doing more. Get black buff, dude. Dude, you just passed up a black buff. Don't if you see black buff, you get it. That you would one shot the black buff, you'd be here. You're still gonna get the kill anyways, but dude, get that black buff, man. Also, at this point in the game, like I really feel as a carry, you probably need some sort of blink shot. I know not everyone gets that, but it's just so useful for potentially escaping a bad situation. Like, your positioning could be a little bit more aggressive if you had a blink shot too. And you could also be, it could turn into an aggressive item as well, right? If you're chasing someone. Like, for example, if the Kwong didn't land the root on that crunch, he was probably getting away. But if you had blink shot, then, you know, maybe he doesn't get away there. Oh, I remember this. Do you wait. I think I remember this situation. So 17.5 lifesteal at 47 card points. Like, this is you don't have enough. I actually think I won't spoil it. Right now, if you look at how much you're life stealing and what his health bar, like, you don't have enough. You have to bail, especially after you get rooted the first time, because if you've only done half damage at the point, you're gonna get rooted again. And when you get rooted, that's when you take the most damage from OP. So once you get rooted after that, you're backing up, still attacking the OP because you want to life steal so that he just doesn't kill you, and you just got to get the hell out of there. So, like, I think you already knew you were gonna die at this point. You're dead. So, you didn't have enough power. You had enough lifesteal. You didn't have enough power. You need it's typically around 50. So if you went back and traded and got your 6 card points, you'd probably have enough. It's usually around 50 that you could solo or prime as any carry. I remember that. Yeah, it was funny. You trade your... Okay. Now you have a lot of crit. How much crit you running? Hit that snipe. Come on, hit that snipe. Oh! Oh, that's a glitch. Yeah, you can't 1v1 a Seraph. Especially a Seraph that's just like constantly have her wings out. That's obviously a glitch. You just gotta get out. You gotta try to get out in that situation. I don't think you got any card points. Oh, you got a filler, strike token, good. You have to use that early, that's pretty good. When you back, you usually do a really good job of spending all your card points. Like, that was the first time I've seen a strike token used. So you kind of know what you want to get when you go back, so that's really good. I actually struggle with that. I'll have a lot of floater points. I'll be like, you kind of have a goal in mind. At least that's what it looks like. I don't think I'm giving you too much credit there. I think you actually do. You have a goal of what you're going to get, and you go back and you fully spend your card points. So that's really good. A really good quality to have. Could be throwing a few more static traps out. Ooh, this crunch. Oh, he backed off you. Oh no. That's like 3 deaths in a row. I just commended you for good positioning. I think this is probably bad positioning. You went in the crunch. Like I don't know where that Seraph came from. Let's go look. The Seraph's gunning for you. Oh, the Seraph's invis. Okay. So you guys need a ward here. But it wouldn't have saved you anyways. The Seraph is invis. That's just, I think that's just bad luck. I think that's just bad luck. So you get a whirling wand last. That's what I do. I like to do that too. Finish out with a whirling wand. So other than your early game, your build is really good. And other than a blink shot as well, I think. This damn Seraph, man. I don't... So I think he... Yeah. Oh, that's good. I was gonna say, so you wouldn't have wards at this point of the game anyways. So you can't really ward. But you should try to stick with your team a little bit more. Like, so learn to like, deal with minion waves by attacking the range minions first. This would be a perfect example of, like, you don't have to kill the whole minion wave to start the lane pushing in your favor. I would, and then if you're able to do that, then you could respond to team fights a little better. So let's go back. So right here. Okay, no, you have to deal with this wave. Never mind. There's no way, even if you take you still want to take the range minions out first because they do the most damage. Maybe you would have saved a few minions there, but your lane, it's questionable whether it's even a push because they're meeting right there. Like, that's very questionable. Like, that could go either way. Nice snipe. Oh, this is looking good. Oh, he turns. So 3-on-3. Duke just runs into it. I don't know if that was intentional. You guys back. I forget what happens here. So if you don't have wards on Orb Prime, you just at this point of the game, it's on their side of the map, you automatically have to assume that they do have wards, okay? So you can't just go up here and start doing it. Like, they're immediately going to respond. And they have enough to pull you off it as well. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I kind of want to see, I forget what happens here. Okay, you start backing. That's good. Oh man, that Gideon might have been able to do something against the Decker. Back, almost full build. Yeah, I think we're looking to get Orb Prime and just finish. Good, push out the lane. Nice, good job. Oh, you got it in here. Good. Good job. Did she dodge the Decker stun? I think she did. So with her down, she was the main threat on their team. You get red. It's fine. I think I told you to start soloing or OP now. Especially with the Seraph down. It's still risky right now. Yeah, like here comes Murdock. He's dead though. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, dealing with right. Good. I think we just finish here. Rip. Oh, here comes the Gideon. He's looking for something too. He's looking for an ult. Look up. Yeah, good job. Oh, nice cage. Get out of the cage. Hit her. Auto attack. Good. Yeah, you're hitting really, really hard. Nice snipe. There you go. Snipes when they count. So really, really good positioning that whole fight. Good peel by your Decker. So that's why you stay around your support as a carry, because you're going to get plays like that, right? What the hell was I doing? Seriously, what the hell was I doing? I need coaching after that. I think I just knew it was over. All right, CJ, really, really good game. Some pointers. Do not get Blade of Agora early. Replace your Madstone gem or whatever other card with Blade of Agora around, you know, that 30 to 40 card mark. That's usually when I do it. You lose out on too much CP. You're a little bit passive. And I think you're passive because, and I'm not talking about in team fights, because your team fights, your positioning team fights is really good. You usually don't get caught out of position, and you kind of just stand back there and do damage, and that's what you're supposed to do as a carry. But it's more of like when you're farming, and I think you can, if you get a ward early game and or a blink shot at some point, you can afford to be a little bit more aggressive with your farming and build a better lead. I believe this, yeah, like I don't think you ever really had a huge advantage on them. But your aim's pretty good. Work on your snipes a little bit more, and that's pretty much it. It was a good game. Remember, always be farming as a carry. Like every move you make on the map should be to try to farm somewhere. So yeah, that's it for this replay. CJ, GG man, and if any of you guys want me to do a coaching replay, on any heroes. I could do them for any position, any hero. Let me know. Come visit me on Twitch. That's linked in the description below. The replay IDs I use are all on my Discord. So you could, if you visit me on Twitch, you can get my Discord channel there and just come post a replay ID. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Great game, CJ, and until next time, see you guys later.